morning, everyone. My name is Danica. I live and work in Qatar. My professional work is more into PR and communications, into hospitality sector. And in my alternative careers, I've been practicing many healing modalities for the last 12 years and plus. I'm known in Qatar mostly for my work in family constellations, and I'm very much excited about shamanism and have been practicing shamanism um, from this year, from the beginning of this year. And I'm very, very grateful to Nibha for introducing me to Geetu. And I'm so happy that Nibha is here, who's a great constellator, and I follow her work as well. And she introduced us to Geetu, so I'm here because of that. So very grateful to you both. And with your both blessings, I start this presentation. Morning, and I'm very thrilled to introduce you to the concept of hummingbird as a power animal. And before I delve into the fascinating world of shamanism and its connection to the hummingbird, let me share a personal reflection. Sometimes life has a way of consuming us and often blinding us to the beauty and energy that surrounds us daily. When Geetu mentioned about this presentation in our class, like choosing and exploring the power animals, I didn't volunteer actually to speak about it. Neither did I know we have that option. I thought it was more for earlier batches. But anyhow, I just asked myself if I had to choose a power animal to present, who that would be. Again, when you're getting consumed with your ways of life, you just completely forget about it. Remarkably, after a little over a week, Geetu, provided the answer during one of our casual conversations about our course. She suggested that I would like to present. Would you like to present on the hummingbird? And she was like, she surprised me by picking it up for me, and I was like, like just as fast as a hummingbird, I just said yes. And it became very clear to me that the hummingbird had chosen me for this unique journey. And sometimes it's so beautiful to be chosen by your power animal and by your teacher. So thank you so much, Geetu, for giving me this opportunity to explore such a beautiful power animal. So, as I began my research and exploration of the hummingbird, I couldn't help but relate its essence to my own spiritual journey. Just like the hummingbird returns to the favorite flower, I believe that my faith should always guide me back to my core beliefs and values, especially at the end of each day. Yes. So I loved this video when I was watching it. I just felt that it reveals the hidden beauty. And why did I choose to select a very slow motion video? Because hummingbirds move so fast that human eyes see only a hovering spot of color, a blur of wings. But when frozen in time by high-speed cameras, hummingbird yields their own secrets. And I felt like this video was revealing such a hidden beauty of the hummingbirds in this very beautiful slow motion. These are some of the fascinating facts. Like I was in awe of it when I read about the hummingbirds. They just weigh 2 grams. And it just makes me wonder what the weight of a butterfly would be if a hummingbird weighs 2 grams. It's found usually in Americas. And the biggest or the largest of them could weigh approximately 20 grams. It's the world's smallest bird, and still it has so many distinctions. It is the only bird with the reverse gear. So, in the speed that it flies forward, in the same speed, it can actually fly backwards. And it can flutter its wings 70 times per second. That means that this little wonder can take the slow lane of the interstate at 30 mph. And it can also, in the full speed, it can also stop immediately at any given point of time. So, as we unravel the tale of this enchanting creature, it's no surprise that the hummingbird spirit is often associated with speed and agility. These tiny wonders exemplify the boundless marvels of the natural world, continually leaving us in awe of their unique and extraordinary abilities. When the power of hummingbird goes beyond its captivating appearance and remarkable flight abilities, it extends to its extraordinary power to navigate the skies. It's a power that has captured the imagination of cultures throughout history. In a fascinating twist, some tales suggest that when Noah's Ark found itself stuck during the Great Flood, it was not the dove that was sent to navigate the skies, but rather the hummingbird. So, this symbolism underscores the hummingbird's unique connection to the heavens and its role as a guide in times of uncertainty. The ability to traverse the air with an unmatched agility and grace mirrors the idea of overcoming life's obstacles with finesse and resilience. When we harness the power of the hummingbird, we learn to navigate the vast expanse of our own challenges with the lightness of the spirit and unwavering determination. It serves as a reminder that even in turbulent times, we possess the innate capacity to rise above and chart our course towards brighter horizons. I think that was the power of the hummingbird that came to me. So in shamanism, they represent being in the moment. I think the hovering movement of the hummingbird carries a very powerful message about living in the present and savoring life's sweet nectar. In shamanism, this signifies the importance of mindfulness and appreciating being in the here and the now. The natural healing powers. Many shamans believe that the hummingbird carried the healing energies of the herbs and flowers from which they fed. So, those with hummingbird medicine are seen as bearers of love, joy, and a touch of magic. It carries, of course, the happy energies through their wing vibrations and the sound that it makes, the music that it makes with its sound. Um, it is known for its intelligence and spiritual consumption. Scientists have actually noted that the intelligence of hummingbirds, as they memorize every flower they feed from and the timing of their return visits. So, this prompts us to reflect on our spiritual consumption and what we need to remember. Um, as I said in the beginning, it's always knowing where you belong, and you come back to every by the end of the day, just coming back to where you belong. Flexibility and joy, um, and endurance. Like, of course, the hummingbird, um, the way it moves all throughout, like up, down, everywhere, in the skies is so open. changes its positions whenever it needs to, being the lightest weight. I think that gives so much of flexibility and joy to this beautiful power animal. And in endurance, I actually learned that size really does not matter. Hummingbirds can travel long distances without rest, and in the context of medicine cards, hummingbird symbolizes the sense of joy. So I really loved the endurance that they had, and I just realized that you don't really need that kind of a. Don't need to be big to prove anything. Every good thing comes in small packages, and that's your hummingbird. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. So embracing hummingbird as a power animal. What I realized in the realm of power animals, the hummingbird, it carries a very unique and enchanting energy. When you find yourself in need of swift and seamless navigation through life's twists and turns, hummingbird spirit is basically a trusted companion. It encourages you not to fear detours, for they are often the very paths that lead to unexpected treasures. One of the hummingbird's most precious gifts is flexibility. It whispers to your soul, urging you not to cling too tightly to rigid thoughts and beliefs. Instead, it invites you to venture slightly outside the conventional boundaries, where innovation and inspiration often await. So, as you nurture your connection with this remarkable spirit animal, which I did during this couple of days, uh, personally, because I was very fascinated with this whole experience, I really found a profound transformation within myself. Um, it's your emotional awareness becomes a little bit sharpened. It's like the keen edge of finely honed blade. To some, this newfound sensitivity may appear to be as moodiness, and in truth, it is a reflection of your own growing adaptability. With Hummingbird by your side, you really become prepared, uh, even welcoming of life's inevitable changes. And at this point of time in my life, I'm going through a lot of changes. So I felt like it was creating a little bit of a joy around me, and it was creating a lot of love around me, and I was constantly joyful. Like I was just invoking a hummingbird as my power animal, and it was teaching me all the time something new. And I felt its whispers in my ears. I felt like it's talking to me, and it's giving me. It's helping me to have these transitions a little bit more smoothly and more swiftly. So I think it is allowing yourself to open up to that space of that guidance with this beautiful power animal, um, and the way it just keeps moving so swiftly from one place to another. I just felt like I wish I had that grace. And I want to embrace that, the detours, and remain open to the fluidity of its existence. In its fluttering winds and graceful flight, you will always discover the wisdom to navigate life's intricate tapestry with grace and ease. Yeah, next slide. This is like the key meanings of what hummingbird symbolizes: awakening fortitude, freedom, gratitude, hope, joy, memory, presence, responsiveness, and tirelessness. And lastly, it's a profound connection with the hummingbird spirit. So, in my journey with the hummingbird as my power animal, I stumbled upon this quote that quite encapsulated the essence of my own experience with it. You are life passing through your body, passing through your mind, passing through your soul. Once you find that out, not with logic, not with intellect, but because you can feel that life, you can find out that you are the force that makes the flowers open and close, that makes the hummingbird fly from flower to flower. You find out that you are in every tree, and you are in every animal, vegetable, and rock. You are that force that moves the wind and breathes through your body. The whole universe is a living being that is moved by that force, and that is what you are. You are life. This quote actually very beautifully captures a profound connection I've established with the hummingbird spirit. It reminds us that we are not mere observers of life, but integral participants in the intricate dance of existence. With Hummingbird as our guide, we become aware of our role as the life force that animates the world around us. From the blossoming of flowers to the flight of hummingbirds, it unveils the truth that we are inextricably woven into the fabric of the universe, breathing life into every living being and natural element. My journey with the hummingbird has opened my eyes to the boundless wonders of the world and the immeasurable power that resides within each of us. Through this shared experience, I've come to understand that I am life and life is me, a realization that has enriched my spiritual journey in profound ways. Thank you so much for your time and for your attention in this presentation. I hope you enjoyed the hummingbird as much as I did. And thank you, Geetu, for choosing me to represent hummingbird. And I'm totally in gratitude to the hummingbird for choosing me to present them. Thank you.
Beautiful, wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
The forum is open to questions now. Wow, Danica, not a single question.
To me, really, they answered everything in a very brief way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's nice to not have questions. If I knew the answer, I would have to channel the hummingbird for the answers which I invoked. It's like, please help me.
Yes. So here, Sonia says, wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. Thank you for your kind presentation. Nibha says, thank you, Danica, for introducing me to the power of the hummingbird. Yes.
Thank you.
Here is Neha with the question.
No, I don't really have a question, but great presentation, Danica. I just thought I'll add a little bit of something that I knew about the hummingbird, if that's okay.
Perfect.
So, like you rightly said, it moves in a manner where it can make the sign of the infinity. Because what I remember of the hummingbird particularly is from a movie where it talks about the hummingbird being able to move clockwise and anti-clockwise, and it moves in different directions in the two different hemispheres. So in one it moves clockwise, in the other it moves anti. And the reason the hummingbird was there in that movie, and the movie I'm talking about is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yes.
So he talks about how the reversal happens of his aging, and how the hummingbird, that's the bird that they keep bringing at different point of time in the movie, and it represents how he's moving, anti-clockwise with the aging, because he dies a baby and he's grown like an old man. But the body is different. He's grown like an old man baby, and he dies like an old man, that way. So I just remember that very reference of how the bird was represented there, also very beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that, actually, because I love the movie Benjamin Button, and the other day somebody actually told me the same. Somebody referred to me and they said, like, you're showing us the signs of Benjamin Button in you, and the thing is that while I was doing this, the references of, I wanted to take a quote from Benjamin Button too. So I'm quite aware of that. And it was so beautiful. I wanted to quote it, but I didn't for some reason. But thank you for referring that. I should have followed my intuition.
Thank you. That's okay. It came around one way or the other in your space, so that works.
Yeah, I think it was for the awareness of the collective consciousness.
You're right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mridula.
Wonderful presentation, Danica. And
Thank you so
I just wanted to ask you, you said that hummingbirds are only found in North America. So we have a similar type of bird, in India. It's blackish with rainbow colors, sort of, very small and little curved beak. So is it the family of hummingbird or what is it? Any idea?
I'm not too sure, and I wouldn't be the right person to answer that. I just know
Okay.
when I was doing my research in mostly in National Geographic, it just said about
Yes.
America, Chile, and Peru. No signs in Asia at all.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure. But also, they come in so many colors, and
Mm.
they must be indigenous to our country too. Maybe the family, but it doesn't show any kind of evidence in Asia at all.
Okay, I'd like to add a few things. One thing, just one thing. I feel that the helicopter which moves clockwise, anti-clockwise, forward, backward, is based on the hummingbird. What do you say? And
Yeah.
and also I would like to add one little part. So when the hummingbird flies from Chile and Peru to Canada in North America and back, they take the help of the geese. The geese fly in front of the hummingbird, and the hummingbird fly behind them. And this is one of the beautiful ways of showing how they are smart workers too.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
work smart is
Mm.
uh, one of their characteristics too. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
And let me see here. Nita says, thank you for introducing me to the hummingbird. I never looked at it in this way. Thank you for the lovely presentation. And here, Geeta says, love the spiritual connection with the hummingbird. Thank you so much, Danica, for today's beautiful presentation.
Thank you. Mhm. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.